All right, let's see if this is any better. I've been live for like 5 minutes and I got out of it on my iPad accidentally. And all of a sudden I could not, like I couldn't see it on the Facebook page and there's nobody in it, which is like kind of odd because usually somebody will bounce in it and even if they like bounce back out. And there we go. Hopefully, so anyway, like people will bounce in it and then like they might just, like bounce out. But usually I get like at least 1 or 2 people in the first few minutes of a live. Like I said, even if they leave. But then when I couldn't find it on my Facebook page either, I'm wondering like if anybody even saw it. So I deleted that one. Hopefully, hopefully you guys can see this one, basically. And it's still showing up on, it looks like it's still showing up on the Facebook page. I'm going to do a really quick test here of closing out of it and seeing if I can get back to it. Looks like a couple people are requesting to join the group too. Hello, hi. Give me 1 minute. Like I said, it's very odd that I don't have people coming in and it's still not popping up. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Hopefully this is working. Okay. Well. All right. I'm hoping that solved our technical difficulties, but I'm not sure. So, oh, I wonder if it's my internet. All right, I'm gonna kind of give it a minute because like my iPad keeps freezing, but it still looks like it's live here. But I'm wondering if it's my internet that's... All right, I'm gonna see if I can comment here. Okay. Huh, this is so odd. Because I just got a message, where's my live? And I am on live, obviously, but nobody seems to be able to see it. Huh. All right. This is bizarre. All right, I'm posting in the main group really quick. Oh, somebody's here. I'm not sure who's here. Hopefully that's not just my iPad. Hello, if you're here, please let me know. I don't know why, but the live... Oh, Katie, hi! Okay, cool. I'm not sure why, but it is just not showing up. Like, it's back to not showing up for me. I realize that you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Apparently, like, the live keeps not showing up in the feed, which is weird. There you go. Cool. Perfect. Hey, Katie. I normally have, like, people will at least, like, there might not be anybody in the live at all, but normally people will at least, like, pop in and out at the beginning of it. And I spent, like, 5 minutes on another live, and nobody did. And then 5 minutes on here, but, like, when I looked for my live the first time on my iPad, it wasn't showing up. I only got to it, like, through clicking my picture. So I don't know if it's just, like, being weird or what. Anyway. Whew. I feel like technology hates me right now. Oh, I'm having a good night. Part of me just wants to give up on this. All right. I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. I guess I'll plan next week. So next week is the first week of November / Halloween. So I think I'm going to do a Halloween thing, and then I can do the November calendar after it, and then SGS, November, Thanksgiving, December. Wow. This year is like almost done. It's been so fast. I love that it ends on the 31st though. Like, I really love that. All right, well, I am just gonna plan my week. If I can find the stuff I need to. What do I? I wish I could put freaking 1989 on and stream it and jam to it, but Facebook would probably take my video down. Trying to think what I want to do for Halloween. Gotta find a Halloween binder. It's really cold to use the wash. Oh my god, it is so. I think it's because it's getting dark earlier too. I am just so tired today. It probably doesn't help that I stayed up all night listening to the new Taylor album. That definitely has nothing to do with it. Alright, let's do this one. Like this pattern. I could do skull and bones though too. That would be fun. I could do ghosties. That would be fun. What other new Halloween ones do I have? I don't even know. I don't even know where my new Halloween stuff is. What a mess. Christmas with the ghosts. Ooh, I could do the dancing skeletons. That would be fun. I could also use Halloween borders. I could do some spookiness. Yeah, hey, Katie. See, it's showing there's nobody here. That's what I'm like, are people here and I just don't see it? I feel like I'm floundering tonight. Like, I should just go to bed. I think I'm gonna do hands along the bottom. Oh, it is late. It is not even late, and it is late. I don't know how people with kids do it, honestly. I've been helping take care of my nephews for like a week. And I'm just like tapping out. I'm done. When can your parents come get you? Green. I think I want to do green. I don't know why I want to do green, but I want to do green. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just the early darkness that I'm just like, okay, time for bed. And then, of course, like I stayed up past midnight, like almost till 2, because, you know, listening to Taylor's album this morning is not the same as listening to it last night at midnight. I'm so dumb. We took my little nephews to a trunk or treat tonight. It was the first time I've been to one of those. That's cute. It was cute. All right. I am just doing a border on the bottom of my planner. So what this is this is the, let me see, can you even see this? Oh, weird, because like my actual live is frozen now. Awesome. There we go. Hi, it says there's a bunch of people in here, but I don't know if there is. So if you're here, hello, hi. Yeah, they are little. So my oldest nephew is 4. And I agree with that, because like, hi Lisa, how are you? So my oldest nephew is 4, which like, even him, if it's just him, is not bad. Still in the hospital. Baby's still chilling out inside her. It's been over a week, which is great. So, you know, she's just chilling in the hospital, I think, bored. But she's like one of those people that like has to always be doing something. Like I said this during COVID, like there's people that don't know how to entertain themselves. And I don't mean that like in a bad way per se, but like there's people that like won't just sit down and read a book and get lost in like a 10 book series and, you know, it's 3 days later. Or, you know, get lost in like 25 episodes of a documentary, a serial killer documentary. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely hard for everybody. She's going stir crazy, which I don't blame her. But also, like I said, some people like can just be like, okay, I'm stuck here. That's fine. Give me some books and, you know, random stuff. Give me some planner stuff. I'll have like 6 memory planners done. She's like that person that has to like cleaning or doing or moving all the time. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's going to be rough for you. But yeah, she's doing, I mean, she's, you know, mentally, I think she's like losing it. But, I mean, not mentally, but like, you know, emotionally, mentally, like, because she's just like going stir crazy. But otherwise, doing good. Baby's still hanging out inside her, so why is that so awkward? Hanging out inside her. I think I'll put a skeleton over here. Like he's gonna be dancing, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, like you said, it's best for the baby. And I mean, at this point it's been over a week, which even just that is great. So we'll take whatever we can get. It's a really light gray. I kind of regret doing it this late. And it's kind of cool though. Lisa, how are you? Your mother's like that. And I like I said this during COVID, like some people can entertain themselves and they're happy as a clam being at home and making recipes and trying new recipes and sewing and learning new things and baking sourdough. Like some people are happy to do that, and I'm one of those people. And some people like are not, right? Like, and you know, to her defense, she also during COVID was a nurse. I mean, as a nurse practitioner, as a doctor. So she wasn't doing that. So like, I'm not criticizing her on that at all. She just can't sit still. So I think it would be extra hard on somebody like that, which makes sense. Like, I'm a homebody. I would love to read 85 books stuck there for 2 weeks. Like, table mate gift done. Oh, yeah. I've got to still do that for SGS. Table mate gifts, I usually just because, obviously, like, it promotes my business. So I usually do, like, a little pouch with a couple stencils and a couple brushes and, like, a couple little things of ink. It really should be darker, I think. But it's kind of, like, it's good for the skeletons because they're, like, skeletal. What the fuck? And then I think I want to do, if I can find them, because I use them, like, I think the last slide, actually. My pumpkin boxes, but do them, like, the opposite, where I color them in. But not color them in. I'm just going to kind of do, like, the outsides of them, if I can. I think I might have actually put them away, though. No, I didn't. Trying and what to get for Maria. I don't know. I haven't talked to her in a little bit. I'm excited for her vending. I hope it goes well, and I'm excited to see her. I'm sad I'm not gonna see you. I have no idea what this is. Let me look at my binder real quick. I have no idea what to tell you to get her. I mean, like, I love giving my friends gifts, but I always feel so much pressure, especially for roommates. Because I'm like, these people are my friends. Like, they're not just randos. But that's why I tend to, like, for tablemate gifts, I do, like I said, I'll do, like, a pouch. A brush, some ink. Kind of like a starter kit type thing. I don't know. Like, I love getting and giving gifts, but the pressure of it is just so much. I'm just like, kind of wish it would just stop. That being said, I love everything I always get, and I love giving them too. This year especially, I'm like, ugh, I just don't know if I have it in me to worry about it. I'm getting really excited about the break, but now, like, the possibility is so if everything goes as planned, Christine won't have a baby until 34 weeks. And at 34 weeks, I guess, is the point where they're like, the risk of infection outweighs, like, the benefit of being, you know, staying in her womb, uterus, whatever, you know, longer. And so at 34 weeks is where, like, if, you know, if she's still, baby's still there, they'll induce labor. And 34 weeks is the Friday of SGS. So I'm, like, really upset about, you know, if, I mean, I want it to last that long, you know, for his sake and for her sake and all their sakes. And hopefully, you know, any time in the NICU will be minimal compared to, you know, sooner. But the thought of not being here when my nephew is born, it makes me so sad. And, like, I'm doing a make and take, so I can't just not go. I'm really sad about it. I've been here for all of my cousins younger than me, save for one, because I was taking the other older cousins back to Florida because their dad had an emergency, had to go back, and I volunteered, and my stupid cousin went into labor early. So now I might miss my nephews. But like my brother said, like, what are you going to do? They're going to put him in an incubator, like, right away. It's not like you're going to hold him. So, just makes me sad. I feel like I should be there. Like, even, I guess technically I really wasn't there for my second nephew because of COVID. They only let mom and dad and one person in, and my mom went. And so, I guess I technically wasn't there for his either, so I'll just pretend like it's okay. I don't know. I'm sad. I'm trying to justify it. But also, I can't bail on SGS. I need to do my make and take. Like, I'm stuck. In a shop where she can make her own stuff, I make a duplicate Starbucks cup. Yeah. Starbucks cup and a Starbucks card is always, like, honestly, especially, like, well, she'll have a, I think she's driving. Like I said, I haven't talked to her in a while. I think she's driving to Chicago too. I know she's driving to SGS, but, like, especially packing wise, gift cards are always my favorite because, like, you know I'm gonna get something good there. But I'm like, as a shop owner, like, I need to give somebody my shit, right? Like, yeah, last time I talked to her, she was, which is wild because she's gonna turn right around and have to drive to SGS. But I also don't know how you would vend if you don't drive. I mean, I guess you could send a lot of stuff, but that's, like, a lot of stuff to send. I can't imagine. But, you know, it is what it is. Hey, it looks like there's a few more people in here now. Hi, please say hi. Facebook is being weird tonight, so I can't see who anybody is, and if I'm missing comments, I'm sorry. Trying to respond to most of them. I asked her what time she thought she would get there Friday, but I haven't heard from her yet. You get there 9:30 a.m. Dang, girl. Are you staying right in the conference hotel, or are you at the one across the street? I think they're doing the across the street one again this year. I'm assuming you're flying, right? Katie, have there been any more Cleveland ones lately? I feel like I saw you recently say you got something done at a planner meetup, and I think I assumed it was Cleveland. We're at the Sheraton across the street, and yeah, my flight is at 5:30 a.m. Layover in Detroit. Well, if you get stuck in Detroit, let me know. Well, I'll be at work, though, so I guess don't. If you get stuck in Detroit longer than 4 o'clock, let me know. At that point, I would have just rented a car and driven there, though. I seriously live, like, 10 10 minutes from the Detroit airport, if that. Which, like, never seemed weird to me. I guess it should, but, like, it never seemed weird to me. And then, like, I see people that are like, oh, yeah, I have to drive an hour to get to the airport. And I'm like, what? Like, you know, when you're little, like, just some things never occur to you that, like, people don't have an airport, like, 3 miles away. And, like, an international major one at that. I hope not. I'm supposed to have lunch with Trisha from Obliterate. Oh, I love her. That's so unfair. I'm so sad. Tell her I said hi. I'll meet up on the 14th and have the next one November 4th. Ooh, I mean, if I don't go, well, if I don't go to Chicago, I don't think I'm going to Cleveland either. But that is closer. When I first moved to Florida, I lived a mile and a half from Orlando Airport. Right. So, like, it's weird. But, like, I've lived in this house, like, other than college, like, my entire life. So it's, like, super odd to be, like, far from an airport. Like, in Orlando, we're in Florida, where our condo is. You know, obviously, we mostly fly out of the Orlando airport. But the Daytona one is not far. Like, we could fly out of that one. We just choose the cheaper flights. It's just funny to me. I mean, again, like, obviously I realize not everything's close to an airport, but that was, like, a weird culture shock. When I moved after 7 years, it took a bit to get used to, right? Thank you. I think they're looking cute, too. This is such a good fall stencil because you can use it in so many ways. Like, you use it for deco. You can use it for boxes. You can use it for, like, anti-boxes. Are you all packed for Chicago, Lisa? Other than table gifts and stuff? Did you get your classes? What classes are you taking? I'm so FOMOing it so bad. I want to go. You didn't get classes? What? Girl. Oh, is it because you got a late ticket, right? Wait list or something? Is that why? Oh, digital plastic. Oh, that's cool. I know. I don't know, maybe in this digital one, but I think there's someone that goes to my, like, local planner meetup has the wrong one, I think. I can't remember who, though. I'm so weird when it comes to that. Like, I love planner conferences and I love being around people, but, like, very rarely do I like any of, I mean, not that I don't like the speakers, I just don't, I don't know. Like, that's not my kind of motivational, like, I don't like motivational speakers, I guess. And then, like, most of the time the classes are, like, and I get why, like, they're so basic of stuff. But I'm that person that's like, if I'm interested in stuff, I've already watched 45 YouTubes on it, like, a day for, you know, 2 months. So anything you're teaching me in a basic class is like, I already know if I'm interested in it. And so it's, like, very hard for me. Hard time picking out something for 2 sessions. Yeah. So the very first time I did CPC, I chose, like, it was when I first started my shop. Like, my shop was like a year old and, like, very tiny. And I was like, oh, I need to make this like a business thing. Like, I need to, you know, do all the classes of stuff that'll, like, be good for my business. So I, like, did this, like, shop panel and, or, like, boss Boss Babe panel and a flat lay one, which would have been good, but it was crammed in this tiny little room. And there was like 100 people in this like 40-person room. So I like did all this stuff that like, and there were classes that seemed interested in me because that was when I was like newer planning. So I hadn't like done the like, you know, YouTube deep dives on every planner thing possible. But I like chose all the stuff that I thought would be good for my business, which like, not that it necessarily couldn't have helped, but it's just not what I needed. And then I like did a stenciling session because I was just kind of like, whatever, I don't have anything else to do. And it was like, I mean, obviously it was like super basic, right? And then, so I was just like super bored in all those classes. And then the second year I went, I was like, I'm just going to do stuff that I want to do and it sounds interesting. Well, like the one thing that I really, well, okay, the first year the only one I chose for myself was there was a travel journaling class. And I was like, I love this. I'm just going to do it. It's going to be my one fun thing. Like the rest is work, but it's going to be my one fun thing. And what I loved about it is the person talked about it for like 10-15 minutes, like gave a brief introduction of herself, showed some slideshows of like her travel journals, and gave some like tips on things she does and like how she like collects stuff when she travels and this and that, and like a couple little things, and had like a little like sheet. And then she gave us like a bunch of it was awesome, like huge like bags that I still use. And then like, you know, had a bunch of ephemera and stuff in it and like a little notebook. But it was like, I just lost my train of thought, sorry. But it was like, what, an hour or something session. And they were like, okay. And she was like, okay, now here's all your stuff, play. And it was like a 45 minutes of like, or more than that, of just like, do whatever you want. Like, here's some examples. There's some stuff up here, some stamps up here you can join, whatever, whatever. Like, that was great. But the rest of it, like, it just wasn't my jam. Like, it's not my thing. And then the second year, I think there was like 2 that I was super interested in, but they sold out like so fast and I didn't get them. And then, or not sold out, but like filled up so fast. And then I think that was like the next thing, like nothing else was like anything I was interested in. Like, and then, so I was like, oh, I'll just do a stencil class. Like, not that I necessarily thought I would pick up anything in it, but I think there wasn't a stencil class the first year. This was the year I did the stencil class. It was just like, I'm like, oh, maybe there's some kind of inks that I don't know about, or this, or like, I'm the one that like, I'm like kind of a lifelong learner where I feel like, you know, somebody's always might, you know, say something that sparks something in you, or give you an idea, or maybe the stencils they have, like the format of the stencils they have will like kind of, you know, whatever. So I was like, I'll just take a stenciling class. Like, that was the only thing that like even I was remotely interested in that time slot that was open, obviously. And it was just, I mean, it was basic. Like, again, what am I going to learn with like my 3rd year into a stencil shop? You know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't doing lives and stuff. So, but I did like talk to people at my table and like help them. So that was cool. But, it was just, you know, it was a basic stencil class. Like, I have a stencil shop. Why am I taking a basic stencil class? And then the second one, which I was actually, it was another like supposed to be like a memory type keeping thing where they gave us these like clip books, and they had all this ephemera on the table, which like, it wasn't my jam, but like I would have done like a page or 2 or whatever. The one tool you needed in this room of like 300 people, they lost their box of. And so like, she was like, I have one, we can pass it around. And I was like, we're going to sit here for 2 hours and not be able to do anything because we don't have this thing. And so finally I was like, I told my friend, I was like, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go get us a table at whatever pizza place we went to. And yeah. And actually she ended up going with me too, because we were both like, this is not happening. Like, we're not getting anything done. And again, like, I'm just not, like, it's not that I'm not interested in people's, like, life stories and stuff, but it just doesn't, I can't sit still long enough for them. It's just, like, it doesn't, like, motivate me, you know what I mean? N-O-V-E, oh my god, I almost put November. So I actually really liked the format of SGS's speakers where it was like more hands-on. Last year, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's probably similar this year, but they should start offering more advanced classes. Yeah. That would be awesome. Like, I guess if you had, I mean, it would depend on like how your thing is. I guess CPC would have to do it. But like if you had the same speaker several years in a row, you could almost have them do 2 sessions and do like a basic class and like an advanced class. Like you could have like your AM class or whatever. I don't know how their schedule is this year, but you could have your AM class be like, you know, a basic class. Or like if it's a bigger company that had multiple people, you could have like one team doing like a basic one and then like somebody doing like an advanced class. However, like I will say that, but like I think about, it's not that there's not other stuff I could be doing with stenciling, but there's only so much you can do. Like, I don't know what I would, you know, delineate like a basic, I guess a basic one I would do more like, okay, like let's tape it down. Let's cover these borders. I don't know. That's my fear of like I'm doing the same make and take project at SGS this year. We're doing the wooden ornaments again. Like they're different. The patterns and the stencils are different, but I also bought a big thing of bookmarks, like paper bookmarks you could also try. But like it was such a hit last year, and like I feel like an ornament, or I mean you don't have to necessarily use it like a Christmas tree ornament. You could hang it on your wall as like a memory keeper or whatever. But you know, if I had one for each year, that's like super cute in my opinion. But I just worry people are going to be like, no, that's kind of lame. You may go back to SGS next year. I used to go to conferences for coaching and they would have like a basic coach. Yeah. And then later would have like a more advanced. Yeah, exactly. I think that would be cool too. Or even like, I mean, obviously like some people are going to be new. Hi, Jenny. Some people are going to be new, right? So like you can't just have like an advanced whatever, but hang on a second. Let me think through this. The 30th. 31st. And we'll go the 1st, 2nd. We'll go the 3rd, 4th, 5th. And this is going to be our to-do. What's up? Where are you these days? Where are you this weekend? That was fun. I like the idea of having one for each year. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? I just don't want people to get bored with it. But at the same time, like, I feel like there's only so much I can do. I tried to order gift tags, but they were tiny. And I can't get the ones that are the right size in, like, a big enough quantity. So we're just going to do ornaments again this year. But I'll bring more stencils, obviously, so people can change it up. And, like, I feel like that's, like, a very good thing that, like, it's tangible without it being, like, a piece of paper. It shows you that you can do it on other things other than stencils, and not only on planners, but, like, thinking of where to go this weekend. We have a 4-day. Oh, that's fun. Like, this weekend or next weekend? This weekend, well, I guess tomorrow is supposed to get cold, right? Like, I think layering both with inks and stencils. Yeah, that would be cool. Could be some more advanced. Or, like, even like, kind of the same thing, layering. Like, I make this stencil, whatever. I do this, and then, like, if I wanted to put, like, a pattern in it about putting that down and, you know, whatever. And I guess I could do, like, embossing. I could even do it like a non-planner materials where we did like, it would be hard to do like several materials. It would be costly, but like talk about it at least. We could do that. I wish I had a 4-day. I hate you all. Yeah, I mean, and the thing with like the make and takes are just so like, it's a make and take, right? Like it's not, you're not meant to sit there and do it all day. It's supposed to be kind of a quick project. I mean, I definitely, like, people liked them last year, I think. So I figured bring it back for at least 1 year. I mean, it's just so hard because it's like, you know, what am I going to do? Give everybody like a little notebook? Like I did that when I did my conference that I spoke at, but that was like, we had a project and I talked them through. It's a lot harder to be like, you know, what am I going to do? Tuesday or conference days. That's so nice. I'm so jealous. I'm so burnt out at this point that I'm just like, I need time off. And like, even my time off, that's why like, I'm sad we're not going to Disney and not doing that. But I'm also kind of happy I'm not, Eve too. Cause like, one, it saves me money. And Lord knows I have spent a lot of money this weekend on Taylor Swift stuff. And my nephews. I've spent a ton of money on my nephews. And then, but also like, I just need like time to just relax. Like, it'll be nice other than like, obviously Saturday is a full conference day. Like, at least I don't know if you know this. Our stuff goes to like, I think the last session is at like 10 or 11 at night. So it's like a full day, versus last year where it ended at like 4. And then, Friday night, it's the make and take is an hour longer too. So there is next week. Kind of ended up being like lighter and brighter. I meant this to be really dark. So yeah, so SGS is a full day on Saturday, but I get there Thursday. I think my plane lands around 6:30, so I'll have to Uber over and get my bags and all that. Hi, Shannon. I need every kid. Yes, see, me too. I don't know, you probably do. I don't know. I feel like I don't know who knows who. But Erica from Sticker Party is staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and I really want to go over there and see her because I've never been to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Wow, that was a really weird, like, sorry. I'm, like, out of it tonight, you guys. It's so bad. But anyway, I was just telling, I'm home about 12 hours, then I get back from Chicago, and then I have to head back to the airport. Wait, you're going to be in Orlando? Are you going to be in Orlando for SGS? Like, during SGS? Are you going to at least come over and hang out, if you are? But also, that sucks. Like, I still, like, as much as I'm FOMOing about CPC, I don't think I could have done it, especially how, like, how, like, chaotic these last couple weeks have been. I don't think I could do it, but I'm still filming it. Oh no, that's so sad. Well, I'll be there Thursday night if you're around. I don't know what our plans are, but I'll be there. I think Alex gets in earlier than I do. I'm going to survive that Saturday. It's going to be a long day. It will be. Well, I think we have breaks too, though. So, like, go sit at the pool and hang out. And then meet us all somewhere for dinner. You're helping Lauren Friday night, right? Because if you're not, you can totally sneak in and help me, Diana. Bless you. I have helpers too, so that's not like a don't feel obligated. But like if you don't have a reason to sneak in, you can use me as a reason to sneak in. Okay. So there is next week's. This is this week's. I guess not that there's actually people here and people are seeing this live. I will go over the planner tour really quick. I'll be all over. Yeah, exactly. So, but if you need an excuse, let me know. Okay. So there's that. I don't know if I want to do November right now. I'll kind of go through the new stuff for planner tour. And then I might pull out one of two things, depending on what you guys want to see. I've had a journal set aside. Thank you. I do too. Like, I had envisioned it being, like, more over the top. Wait, this week? Yes, me too. I'm obsessed with this. Like, remember I was like, I'm just going to do it real quick. And I was literally just going to do all, like, blood splatters and make it, like, bad blood. And then I started, like, oh, I could do it in a Polaroid. But I could do this in a Polaroid. And I'm obsessed with this. Like, I really am. Pop down to Orlando next weekend. Next weekend isn't when we're there. We're there in 2 weekends. So we're there. My flight's the 9th, which is Thursday. I have a Delta flight at 4 o'clock on Thursday. So, but that's not until the 9th. So I'm there the 9th through Monday, which I think is the 13th. But, like, I'm the only, like, I think I'm the only local one. Christine will be down there that next Monday, but none of our local people are going to be there except me. I know. It is so good. So this is our 1989. Like, the Polaroids are a thing, and I did the seagulls, and I kind of picked out stencils for each, not each song, but, like, some of the songs I could think of. So, like, Welcome to New York. These are a couple of our new stencils for New York. This is on one of the older, I think it's the 12 a.m. music stencil, her, like, profile cameo. The 1989 numbers are a new font, our numbers font. And then the seagulls come from another one of our new stencils. The Wonderland one is one of the ones that's open for the vault this week. And then the numbers are all that same numbers font. The B for Bad Blood is our drip font. And then that's the drip borders one. This comes from one of the new Taylor silhouettes. That's the silhouette of Taylor at the Eras Tour during 1989. The trees come from, I think, our Camping Doodles set. And then the map and the, like, little location dude thingy comes from the Travel Doodles. And then the Polaroid is also from the Snapped, I think you called it. Because you can't call it Polaroid. The Snapped thing. The 10th, that 10th and 11th weekend? Yeah, it probably... No, it was expensive for me. But I think it's because I stayed till Monday. Which I probably shouldn't have, but, you know, break. I'm honestly not doing anything today. I'm, like, relaxing. I want to go to Disney Springs at some point. I don't know when I'll do that. But my current plan... Oh, Shannon, by the way... I saw a TikTok, and, like, literally this is a 1% chance, but I guess Jimmy Fallon did a TikTok where he was wearing the new cardigan, which, by the way, I bought. Stupid. Sunday to Tuesday. Nice. Well, I'll be around that Monday. I think Alex leaves early, so I think everybody will be, I'll be hanging out by myself on Monday. So, anyway, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, Joey Fallon was wearing a cardigan. The TikTok was glitching. He gets off of the elevator at the 6th floor. People are saying they think Taylor is going to be on Jimmy Fallon tonight, and they think she's going to announce Rep, and that Rep will be released November 10th, which is the weekend we are all in SGS. And, like, literally that's like a 1% chance, right? Like, that's not happening. But if it does... I am going to be the most insufferable person at SGS. I will bring a freaking speaker and blast Reputation at my Make and Take booth. I will bring my Eras jacket and wear it the entire time in Florida, even though it's balls hot, probably. I will be insufferable, like insufferable. And I will love every second of it. But can you imagine, like, Thursday night, midnight pool party for the release of Rep? Like, oh my God, that'd be so cool. Because we'll all be, not all of us, obviously, but, like, a bunch of my favorite Swifties are going to be there. It would be so fun. It would be bananas. And as much as I want 1989 to have its own time and I want the Rep build-up, can you imagine how cool that would be? Like, it would be, like, just short of, like, Eras Tour energy. And I say that, and I'm going to probably get there that Thursday, and I'll just be like, I'm too tired. I'm going to bed. Sorry. I don't want to people. I don't want to meet people. I feel like it would be so fun though. I know it's not gonna happen, but it would be so fun. Okay. So I can do one of two things. I'm gonna run through all our new stuff. I know most of you have seen all of it. Rep for your concert. Yes. Are you gonna do the bodysuit? Or are you just gonna do like the era? If I go to one of the small ones, I'll definitely wear my jacket again. I think I would do Evermore just because although I would be wearing a jean jacket. I don't know what I would do, honestly. I'm like running low on ideas, but it's still so fun and I want to go to all the concerts. I don't know what I'm gonna do for Milan. It's gonna be so hot. Not skinny enough for what? Oh, the bodysuit? Psh, who cares? You're at the Eras Tour. Anybody that judges you, screw them. You could do like a shorts on the one leg and like a pant on the other leg. I'm not skinny enough. I would do it. Well, no, I wouldn't. I like to think I'd do it. I would not. I totally would not. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'm doing for Milan. My thing for Milan is I gotta have to be like something super like airy and light. But I also want to be something I'm gonna wear again while I'm there because I'm gonna try to do it on a carry-on, which is bonkers. But I don't want to have to lug a huge suitcase all over and on the trains and stuff. So I don't know. I'm scared. I might just try to find like a really light, airy, either like folklore-y, Evermore-y dress or like something like pink and fun and lovery. And I think I'm going to try to paint shoes because I'm not taking my jacket and lugging that everywhere and sweating my ass off. Because at least lies what did I lie about? That I would go and do it? I would not. I know I wouldn't. I like to pretend I would. If I like had to, I would have to get so rip-roaring drunk that I didn't know. And at that point, like, you're wasting your concert experience, so I wouldn't want to do that. The suitcase, I know, but we're taking 2 trains, and I don't want to have to, like, carry it everywhere and, like, lug it after me. I don't know. I'm still 10 days. I gotta be able to do it, right? A carry-on and a backpack. I'm stressed about this. I'm like super stressed about it, but I'm gonna try. I don't know. I'm gonna need like those like air compression cases. But like it's summer, so I'm gonna like probably not be bringing, I'll probably bring like a pair of leggings and that's it. Or like a light pair of like linen-y pants. I don't know if I can pull it off. I'm freaking out about this. I don't know if I can though. That's the thing. I don't like, because I am also not skinny and my clothes take up a lot of room. Thank God it's summer. Okay. I want to do, okay, let me run through the eras, my new releases, because I know most of you have seen them, but if anybody watches this back, I want to put them on so people can look through them. And then after that, I will either do like a junk journal or I can work on like the start of my tailored journal thing. I'd be buying a suitcase at my last stop. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing though. Or like putting a collapsible like duffel bag in my thing where like I can use that in between and then like you said, buy a suitcase, the last one, and check it on the way home. That's my thought. Okay, so planner tour. Am I picky about my products? No. I will probably use, I've used like the bar shampoo and conditioner before, so I'll probably pick those back up and then use like whatever they have in the hotels if they have stuff in the hotels. And if I don't like it, use the bar shampoo and conditioner. I will probably also cut my hair before then, so I won't have as much hair and have to use as much product. So no, I'm not picky about my products. And I'm like the worst girl ever that I like have no face skincare routine, or hair care routine. So that's good in this instance, but I probably need to before then, so I don't look like a disgusting ogre in all my pictures. So if anybody has tips on that, let me know. I I'm also not like a makeup person, but like I want my pictures to look cute. Yeah, so I can pick some stuff up there, right? Like, we'll see. Okay, planner tour. I know most of you know this, but because I know people watch the replays, I do want to touch on that. The planner tour is something I put together. It was actually, the idea was originally going to be for PVC, to get like 10 shops to do like a Saturday, like fun, like event one day kind of thing. We didn't have time. I didn't have time to like talk to people. I was in like a, I don't want to talk to people phase, even though I knew I needed to if I wanted to do this. So we ended up, well, I'm going to take something, like I'm going to take like mascara, eyeliner, eyeshadow, but I'm trying to get like, I'm testing out some Tarte stuff. They have like super like travel size stuff, which would be perfect. So I'm trying to get like a very easy routine that looks good on me. The good thing is my friend Alex is like amazing with makeup, and she did all my makeup for all of our Eras Cougar concerts, but I don't want to make her do that when we're in Italy. Maybe just like eyes. Anyway, okay. So we each, there's 10 shops, and we each took an era. I did Speak Now because like obviously I could have chosen whatever era, and like Speak Now is not my favorite era, but I love the song Long Live, and like I love the idea behind the song Long Live. Like it's just touching to me. And so I also was kind of thinking like I don't want to do something specifically Taylor, because I know a lot of people aren't Swifties, unfortunately. Poor souls. So like the idea, the line from Long Live, I've had the time of my life fighting dragons with you, because of like the Harry Potter group and stuff, has always stuck with me. And so that popped into my head and I couldn't get it out of my head. So that was the one I wanted to do. And I designed this bookmark. This is a bigger freebie than I usually give. But it was my event and I really wanted to do it. So I did it. It's nice because it's like a bookmark size. And it's also with the second Fourth Wing Iron Flame coming out soon. And that's another like good, you use it for both. Hi, Melissa. So that's the freebie. Every order, well, it's supposed to be the first 50, but I don't anticipate reaching 50. And if we do, I will get some more. So I'm going to say every order. We'll get one of those, as well as a random Taylor friendship bracelet. My friendship bracelets are kind of cute and dainty. It'll just probably say something like a song title or an album title or something. So every order is going to get both of those. I'm just going to say it. Like I'll make sure everybody gets a dragon bookmark, that uses the code this weekend. And then, in increments of 15, so like every 15 you spend up to 125, you'll get one of the random. I have like a silhouette from each era. And then if you spend 125, you'll get them all. And I'll make sure you don't get the same one like twice or whatever. So I'm just going to kind of do them randomly. I originally was like, I'm going to start with all the first 15 is going to be debut, and the first 30 is going to be, the second Fearless, whatever. And then I was like, that's too complicated. Like, just put them all in pile and just start dragging them out. So there's 10 of the silhouettes. Like I said, if you spend $125, you'll get them all. But like every $15, you'll get a random one. If there's one that you're like super attached to, let me know. But I'm probably just going to like put them in a pile and draw them out. Unless you can get all 10, obviously. And then I'll make sure you'll get all 10. Okay. So those are the freebies. I also did this morning the first 5 orders over 25, because I have my new website, are going to get a $10 like coupon for like a $10 off a future order. I'm 95% sure those are all gone. Do eras refer to, yeah. So they refer to each of her albums. And not just the album. It's just kind of like the way she dressed, and some of it's kind of like where she lived, or like, I don't want to say who she was dating, but like kind of her like dating scene, I guess, or like attitude of dating. Like 1989 was her like Harry Styles album, and she was in New York and having fun and going out with all her friends and this and that. Like debut was her like deep country era. Fearless was like super country, but like she was out of high school and like kind of like starting to like go in her, well, she was in high school for fearless. Speak Now was her, like, she wrote the whole thing herself, and it was the, like, she'd just broken up with John Mayer, and still country, but like kind of starting to inch towards pop. And then like Red, she was like, it was still country, but it was like very pop influenced, and it was like the Jake Gyllenhaal breakup, so like kind of like the way she dressed changed. Some of them were like hairstyle changes, like 1989 specifically, like she cut her hair like into like that, like they're calling it now like the bitch ass bob of like, you know, that short little bob of like BH. Is that when she got bangs? I think that's when she got bangs too. Yeah, she started, actually the crazy thing is when her first single was Tim McGraw, and when she put it out as a single, she like was struggling to get people to play it on radios. And she, I don't know why Detroit, like I guess Detroit was just one of the ones that like was a big market, but also like was known for like taking risks on new artists. And there is a P.F. Chang's, and it's still there, that she went to dinner with her and her mom and the executive of this radio station around Detroit. And it's one I listened to at the time too. So like, I'm like sitting there like, oh, maybe I listened to her early on. And she, like after they had dinner, and like the guy tells it that he, like, she was super mature for her age. And like, he really thought like then and there she was going to be something, because she was so like whip smart, like especially for how old she was and stuff, and like mature in the business and stuff. And so like she was like 14 or 15 or 16, somewhere in that age range. And like after dinner, they went out in the parking lot, and she sang like him songs. She pulled out her guitar and sang him songs like in the parking lot of this P.F. Chang's. And like there's a line in one of her songs from her last Midnight's album, which is one of my other favorite songs, and it was the one that inspired all the friendship bracelets. There's a part that says, I played my songs in a parking lot, and they're like talking about this place in Detroit, which is really cool. So yes, the eras refer, like, they're named after her albums, and they are kind of like, they go along with like the vibe of the album and stuff, but it's kind of like the whole experience of it all. It's really kind of bizarre to think about, honestly, because you like think about a lot of artists, they don't do that, like, but she has really reinvented herself almost. So like there's like the Lover album where it's funny because like you would think it was all love songs, but they're like super anxious-y, like anxious and love songs, where it's like Reputation is supposed to be like the boom, like I'm so like I don't give a F what you say, and they're like all love songs. It's so funny. But yeah, it's really cool. It is cool. Like, it's fun. And I thought it was a fun concept for the event, because like each era is so like different and so iconic, and like there's so many iconic things that like you didn't have to do something Swifty. Like this is not like Taylor Swift, you know, on the cover of it, right? Like, but as soon as I say like it's based on Long Live, people will know exactly why. So I think it's fun. Anyway, so I thought it was a fun concept for this. And we talked about doing it a couple different days. And then when the 1989 was announced, we were like, oh yeah, there we go. There it is. Because some people already had stuff for Black Friday and like PBC. We didn't want to do too close to PBC. So this worked out perfectly. And, you know, cool. So anyway, new stuff. Everything is 13% off with the code Swifty. I do have something planned for tomorrow. So you may want to have notifications turned on tomorrow, because something's gonna go down. It might be chaotic. It might be really dumb. But tomorrow on the website there'll be some fun shenanigans. So just a heads up. All right, let's do new stuff. So I started with, and like also her fonts on her albums are like very, I'm not telling. Let's just say the tie-in with Taylor it's immaculate. When I thought of it, I started laughing to myself, and then I had to like tell somebody else, and I was like, this is gonna sound so dumb, but I want to do this. And they were like, oh no, you have to. Thankfully, the person I tell when I'm like, I want to tell somebody something is one of my best friends that like most of the time encourages me and will tell me if it's really dumb. But most of the time she's like, oh yeah, do it. I think it'll be fun. Other shops have done similar things, and it's been fun. But the tailor tie-in is just... it's so good. I wanted to do something fun on the new website. Like, anyway. Okay. So her fonts on her albums are like another part of like the eras. Like, so that's why there's a lot of different fonts this time. I didn't get to all of them, but this has been so fun. I want to do it again. So maybe next time we'll do another. So this is like the 1989 font. You can see it more in the numbers, but the upper, lower, and numbers of that is one of the new releases. And then the Folklore and Evermore fonts are also like very Taylor and like the Taylor's version. This I had somebody specifically request a couple of different sizes. So there are two sizes. There's a small and a large. You can really see the difference in the numbers specifically. I feel like the uppercase letters are the least difference, but the lowercase are a little more. So there's like a very small margin on the uppercase level letters. There is a little bit, but they're not as drastic as the numbers. Like I said, the numbers are definitely the most drastic on the size difference. But there is a decent size difference. So it just kind of depends if you want like biggers or a little smaller. So those are the Folklore and Evermore fonts. And you can get the upper and lowercase and numbers all in a small or large. And then this is the red font. That's the like... I'm sure even if you're not a Taylor person, you've seen the like not a lot going on or a lot going on at the moment shirts that she has worn on tour, and like everybody is wearing those for other stuff. I used it for the beginning of my Taylor month. So this is the red font, the a lot going on at the moment font. So that is also finally up in the shop. I made that in like May, but that's finally in the shop. Okay. Now for like the specifically Taylor stuff, which I guess the fonts are too, but like you could use fonts for anything as well. So I did 3 separate silhouettes, and these are all based on the Eras Tour. They're not like grouped in any way, just kind of how they fit nicely on each stencil to get like the most on, the biggest I could. They all are kind of like standard. I tried to make them all pretty much the same size. There's a little bit of variation, obviously, you know, if she's bending down or whatever. So there are 3 different ones, 1, 2, and 3. So those are all available. And then, because I like, when I do things, I like bigger. But when I was talking to my friend Kelly, she was like, no, I like small ones. And I was like, oh, okay. So I ended up putting all 3 of those. There are like 2, I think, silhouettes I couldn't fit on and do the Eras Tour stage, so I sacrificed a couple. But I thought it was worth it to put the Eras Tour stage on, honestly. So, yeah. We have the Eras Tour stage and the small silhouettes for that one. I think that is all the, like, well, these 2 are like more Swifty than the rest of them. I talked about the friendship bracelets earlier. This is the friendship bracelet builder stencil. You can kind of, you know, add or subtract different beads, and then I put an individual of each bead if you wanted to like really build it. And then I also put like a circular one that you can kind of put like Swifty or, you know, Monday, I guess, whatever. And then if you haven't followed Taylor closely or followed the Eras Tour closely, you probably don't know about like the Eras Tour confetti. It is like gold to people. People crawled all over the floor. I crawled, not crawled. I had somebody crawl for me. We had one of the people behind the stage get it for us. But we were like picking some off the chairs and stuff. Like they shoot it out at the end, and it's in like the colors of each of her eras. Like each of her eras also has like a specific color too. And so like that's why you'll see people that'll have like, you know, the black and white is red is rep. Like red is obviously red. Midnight's is navy blue. 1989 is like light sky blue. Kind of like the colors of her albums and whatever, and like the vibe of the era. So the confetti was in each of those colors, and they shot it. And I wrote this on my Instagram post. Like, every time I think of the confetti, I think of, I mean, obviously I've been a couple times, but the 2 nights in a row I was on the floor So where you actually got the confetti shot up around you. And I just think of like being in the middle of this crowd of people that you were just so comfortable in and trading these friendship bracelets with people. And I was exhausted and sweaty and gross. And my makeup was running down my face because I cry during the one song every time I hear it. And my feet were killing me. And my throat was so dry and my voice was like gone. And I was just the happiest I've ever been in my life. Standing with one of my best friends. Especially the first night when like one of my other really good friends was in the crowd. I was waiting for her to come with us. Like the Eras Tour confetti just reminds me of like magic. And so like when I was making the stencil, it just reminded me of it. And that's what I wanted. That's why I wanted like a confetti stencil. And like obviously like it doesn't have to be Eras Tour. You can just use it for general confetti with New Year's coming up and, you know, birthdays and whatever. You could just use it as a pattern, but that's why I designed it. I know, I'm a basket case of emotions. I'm tired. Okay, and then this one I know I said last live, 1989, one of the things, she has seagulls on the cover on her shirt on the original one, and then this one they're like in the background. This was what I had designed as a freebie, like I think it was like $100 freebie in the spring PBC. I had said it would come to the shop eventually. So now it's in the shop. And it's kind of a 1989 vibe. But I know people wanted it. And I know somebody wanted the Starburst one last live. So I did put that in the shop. Because I didn't end up putting it in, and I'll get to this in a minute, into the kit builder. The New Year's Day kit builder one. Just because I ended up not using it in my layout. And I didn't want to like make it more expensive by adding another stencil that wasn't even in the layout, even though like it fit the vibe. So I just put it there. If you want it, you can grab it yourself. Okay. Now on to the dragons. Now the next stuff is, it's all related to Taylor, kind of like adjacently. Lines for songs. Like lines from songs are different vibes. We talked about the line Fighting Dragons with you from Long Live. So I did dragons just because I know people love dragons too, like D&D players, people that are like readers and are into Fourth Wing and any kind of fantasy. And obviously it fits the memo of Fighting Dragons with you. So we do have a few dragon ones. This is a dragon layout one. What is nice about these is that you can put them down, do a little inking or tracing or coloring or whatever, you know, put your boxes, and like there's one page of your layout in 5 minutes. But then obviously like you can also use the stencil and, you know, move the dragons around or whatever. You'll also get the 4 anti-stencils, which are just like a blocker that like if you were then wanted to color your page but leave your boxes white, you could line these up and leave them down and then block all the color around it. So that is the dragon layout stencil. And I tried to do a different layout. Like I don't want to always make all the layouts just the 4 boxes, because you can use your other ones that you have for that. I wanted to kind of switch it up a little bit and do like a little bit of a horizontal one this time, but like also you could change it and make it vertical or whatever. Okay, more dragon stuff. There are 3 new dragon varieties. I know I've had one in the shop for a really long time. I got some other icons of them and did 3 new varieties. So there's lots of more options if you're a dragon person. I also did a bigger dragon cameo, which would make like a really good background. If you're like memory keeping for like fantasy type stuff, or, you know, if you're in your reading journal and want to do like a Fourth Wing spread. And then this is another background one, or I mean, it doesn't have to be a background one. This gives me more Fourth Wing vibes. It's a 2-piecer, so you could color gold, you know, for Fourth Wing, and then put this guy in and add the stars in and do that. And then the last one, this kind of came from, I want all the dragons. In your reading planner, for your fantasy challenge, there's one way. I know I'll definitely be using the new ones next year for the fantasy challenge in my Bookworm life, because I think I've used the other ones every year since she's put out the fantasy challenge. And then this is the castle, and this is like real like Fighting Dragons with you, like the castle. One of her music videos, she has dragons landing and crumbling a castle, and so that's kind of how this this one came about. Okay. Oh, these are also two very Taylor related ones. However, you can definitely use them for other stuff. So one of her albums is called Folklore, and on tour she has this is called the Folklore Cabin, and she like kind of goes in and sings and whatever. She actually begins on the roof of it, which is a really fun moment. So this is a 2-piece Folklore Cabin one. I think it goes this way. Again, you can like color background, then put this in and get the details. I thought this would be great to use as like a tracker if you were saving for something, or as a background of something, you know, a camping trip, that kind of thing. And then the Lover House, which is another like really iconic Taylor Swift one. Like, and each room represents a different era. So again, it's a 2-piecer. I don't read all that much fancy. I don't either, but I still do it every time. It's just fun. I like all the stickers. Okay, so then this one I thought, again, like, obviously it's a Taylor Swift related, but I thought this would also be great for house cleaning too. Like, if you want to, like, list some of the things you want to do in certain rooms, or, like, use it as, like, okay, I've cleaned the kitchen, I've cleaned this. Have a good dinner. It's been fun. I miss you. I will see you soon, hopefully. I know the Taylor silhouettes and the go-sees. Yes. Keep an eye out tomorrow. Just saying. They'll be fun to have. So yeah, so Lover House. I'm giving you guys the head start on that. There's gonna be something I'm planning to do it hopefully around like 11:30 tomorrow morning. I've got some setup to do for it, but I'm gonna try to do it. Let's see. Anyway, bye, Jenny. Okay, Lover House, like I said, obviously the Taylor one. I'm going to use this. If you have seen Tabitha from No White Space, she has this as a sticker, and she's using it in the back of a bird cage. And I've been waiting to do the same thing and use this and make my own. I might actually try to add pictures from our concert to each one of them to put in the back of it, where you store your friendship bracelets. But yeah, so that's the Lover House one. Again, like, I think you could use it for tasks for your house, for like a completion chart for it. But yeah, another super Taylor-y one, but I think it definitely has uses, even if you're not a Taylor person. Or if you are and you're like, I don't know what I would use that for. You could use it, you could even use it for like a weekly spread, like a week on one page, and use, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you write small and or don't have a ton going on. All right. And then lastly, as in like the related stuff before I get to the kit builder, she has, obviously the Welcome to New York. I'm sure that you've heard that song, even if you're not a Swiftie. So I thought to do another location, New York stencils, of course, being an iconic city, I just haven't done them. So I thought it was the appropriate time to do New York since, Welcome to New York. So there's 2 New York City stencils. This is one of them. It's got like the Empire State Building, a couple different skylines, this cool like Empire State Building with the word New York in it, or the words New York, the Flatiron Building, taxi cab, hot dog, an apple for the Big Apple, a subway car. And then the second one has like the I Heart New York and a couple of different skylines. And then it's got a traffic light, because she also has a different song that says, I asked the traffic lights if I'll be all right. And they say, I don't know. So I wanted to put a traffic light in there. I thought that was the best place to kind of squeeze that in. A hot dog cart, the shape of the state of New York, a pigeon, and I'm blanking on the name of the bridge. I know it. I just can't think of it. The one bridge that's really iconic in New York. I'm sorry. Okay, and then also there is a Statue of Liberty stencil. So I've got a couple different views, like just the head, just the silhouette, and kind of a little more detail on the other 2. Brooklyn. Thank you, Shannon. I knew it. I just couldn't think of it. Like, the word was, I was like, it's a B. It's not Bronx. It's a B. Oh my God, I know it. Brooklyn. Exactly. That was just a pop quiz, okay? I just want to make sure you guys knew it. And then she also has another song, not on 1989, but it's called Cornelia Street. And that's actually a place in New York where she lived. And so I I got the idea for the stencil. I don't know how I'm going to use it, but I think it'd be fun in a memory keeper, especially if you're doing it for New York specifically. So I just made it. I also have, I did a junk journaling of Welcome to New York last night. I'm going to edit it probably tonight with the new Taylor's version. But I actually used some washi from No White Space, who's also participating in the planner tour. And this is a couple of the New York stencils, have some of the details on here, taxi cab, and then this is the marker font, which is the 1989 font. Okay, and then lastly, the last new thing, which is the thing I'm like super excited about. I know if you were in our live last week, we talked about this, the layout builder kit. So what this kit is it is all the stencils that you need to create a layout, as well as all the brushes that you need for it. I don't know I'm trying to think which brushes I use, because I'll pull out those 3 specific ones, but I don't think they're all here. As well as all the brushes that you need to make a layout. And then I'll also be including a little paper that has like all the inks I use, you know, the ink suggestions, like other varieties of ink you could do, other things you may need, like you're gonna need obviously a notebook or a planner. You know, if you've been around here, you know washi is something I use for all my stencils. Obviously you're gonna need like a pen or a pencil to like do the detailing and stuff. But as far as stencils and brushes, everything that you need to make the layout as I made it will be included. So for this one specifically, that is 3 brushes. The colors may vary, but 3 brushes because there's 3 colors of ink that I use. And then there are 6 stencils in here. Kind of keeping with the Taylor theme, one of my favorite songs on Reputation is called New Year's Day, and it's this really sweet, slow ballad about, like, you know, everybody wants, like, your midnights, your, like, party self, your really cool, like, fun party girl person, right? But, like, who's there on New Year's Day that's cleaning up, like, the bottles, basically. And a cool story from that is when she released Reputation, Jimmy Fallon is one of her friends, which is why that, like, clowning theory is, like, plausible. Even though it's very, very unlikely, it's plausible, right? So she went on, and Jimmy Fallon's mom had died, you know, recently, and it was like his first episode back, and she had just released Reputation, and nobody had heard it. And she hadn't heard the story that Jimmy Fallon told before she chose this song. And in the song, there's a line that says, "I'll squeeze your hand 3 times in the back of the taxi." Earlier in the episode, like in his intro, he talks about his mom and stuff, and he talks about how every time he got in a taxi cab, no, it wasn't a taxi cab, sorry. Every time, like, she would grab his hand and squeeze it 3 times, meaning, like, I love you. And Taylor gets on and starts playing this song that she had already chose before this story. And the line in it is, "Squeeze my hand 3 times in the back of the taxi." And it's like this slow ballad, and it's like, you know, hold on to the memory. Like, if you've seen I know, Katie, you've heard of this just because of these 2 layouts, the hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you, and like candle wax and Polaroids on the hardwood floor. Those 2 lines are from this song, which is like, it's just this beautiful, touching song. And for her to like dedicate to him before anybody had even heard the album, because it was coming out that night. The lead person of the band, The Roots, is like, you know, The Roots is the band on the Jimmy Fallon show. Thought for like 3 months that she changed the lyrics to this song to fit the thing, but it was just the lyrics of the song. Like, and every time I hear somebody talk about that story, I just get chills. So like, the New Year's Day is like, it just always sits with me. So obviously, like, at the end of this year, like, it's a good time to do a New Year's stencil anyway. So like, that's why it's included, is because the New Year's Day is a song, and it's just one that, like, especially now with like my dad, I think about that a lot. And so it's like that song is like one of my favorites. When I was in my concert in Atlanta, she hadn't played any songs from Reputation in her surprise songs. And she's on the piano, which is like, this is a piano song. Like everything else on Rep is like hard banging, like synthesized, like, but this song is just this like sweet ending where it's just on the piano and it's so soft and beautiful. And she's on the piano and she's like, I'm going to play my first song from Rep, or like people have said I haven't played any song from Rep. And I lost it. I thought she was going to play it. And she didn't, unfortunately. She played another song that I love. But I thought for like 10 seconds, I grabbed my friend Alex's hand and I was like, Alex, she's going to play it New Year's Day. And I had already stopped. She has this other song from a later album that is dedicated to her grandma, who was an opera singer. And, you know, her grandma had died and she dreamed of being an opera singer. And she sings about like losing her and losing all the pieces of her and wishing she had held on to it more. And the cool thing is at the very end, she has a recording of her grandma doing opera, and her grandma always wanted to be a famous singer and do these like stadium shows. And like, obviously she is a famous singer doing these stadium shows. And so it's like this beautiful, peaceful moment in the middle of this like amazing show. That's, you know, lights and dancing and all this choreography. It's just this beautiful, slow, intimate moment of her singing this song. And at the very end, her grandma does this opera. Like, obviously it's a recording. When we were in Atlanta, bye. I don't think I'm gonna be on like super much longer, but it was good to see you, and hopefully I will see you. Well, I mean, I will see you in Orlando. There's a song, it's called Marjorie. And so I had already sobbed through this. I mean, because this one I hadn't listened to a lot, and when I found out it was on the set list, I was like, oh no, I'm done for. And like, so I know the first concert was gonna be bad. And at this concert, it was the first night everybody in the audience held their cell phone lights up, and it was just like, I was already sobbing when the song started, and then all these cell phone, I just had like this chill. So when I thought she was playing New Year's Day, oh my God, I almost started crying again, but she ended up not playing it. But again, it was a song I really liked anyway, but New Year's Day is a song that like I really love. So obviously when I was thinking about like doing this set, like I had the idea to do this, you know, starting a new year. I know a lot of people in the beginning of the year struggle because they don't know how to put a bullet journal together. So I thought this was a great one to start with because, you know, it's a holiday that most of us celebrate. It's not, you know, a religious holiday or whatever. So I wanted to do this. It really is. So I wanted to do this. So this one specifically has 6 stencils. And we start with the balloon builder one. Again, you can kind of just put it down and trace the balloons. And I didn't even like move it around other than moving it up and down on the page. If you wanted to color the whole page and just have your boxes be a certain color, you could also, you know, put them down wherever you wanted them, really. And then, and again, I know you've seen this, Katie, and I think you're the only one left. Which means I probably am not gonna even do a second layout if you don't mind. Because I'm tired. And I'm just like getting to bed early would be great. I'll just finish going through this and show and be done. I may have, if I have time on Sunday, I may get back on Sunday. To do more. But anyway, so let me finish this. I also added more deco than is on this page, but I wanted to add like enough that you could use these stencils for other times of the year. You could use them for your birthdays, your parties, and whatever. Like you can use like the mask for Mardi Gras, obviously champagne bottles for like any other kind of celebrations, and disco ball just for a fun layout. So you could also choose different deco on your thing, whatever. So on here, like I used the star balloons and the mirror ball and the champagne bottle and the champagne flutes, but you could use other stuff to change it up if you wanted to. But I will go through several times. I'm going to do a social media video. I'll probably do a YouTube on it. This might be the thing that forces me to finally do YouTube. That'll be exactly doing this layout to a T, other than, you know, like a little bit of confetti will move around or whatever, but, how to do this layout. So if you get this kit, you'll have the brushes, you'll have the stencils to do this layout. You can do this layout. There's also the confetti background again, like you can kind of move that around, choose your colors. And then there's the upper, lowercase, and numbers of this Happy New Year font. So there's 6 stencils plus obviously the blocking anti-stencils there too. As well as the brushes and like a little bit of instructions. And I'll put like a link to the social media where it's got the video, as well as I also plan on doing at least one, probably more likely 2 videos before the like live videos, chats. So like not just like here where like you guys are on and asking questions, like where you guys could get on video too and be like, this is what I'm doing, what am I doing wrong? Yeah, I really love this confetti background too. It was a struggle because I have so many other confetti ones. I was trying to do something different because I knew I wanted to include a confetti background, but I didn't want to include something. I wanted everything to be new. So like, if you already have stencils, you weren't buying something you already have. Like, yeah, it might be similar, but like I said, I wanted it to be, and like, you don't have to buy the kit to get on these video chats, but like, the intention is we're working on this. And so like, you know what I mean? Like that, I answer questions on that. Like, people can get on and hang out and have fun, but like, these are the questions I'm answering on it. And I'll schedule that whenever I figure out a good platform for it. But yeah, so that's the layout builder kit, which is also, you can use 13% on. But yeah, that's it. There's never too much confetti. Exactly. That's why I was like, should I also make the arrows confetti? And I was like, yes, I should, because I'm going to use it. So whatever. But I thought this was a good starter layout for somebody that's starting, that's new. And it's still fun and bright and colorful. I tried to keep it to the least amount of colors possible. Like if you weren't doing the champagne bottle, you could just do gold and yellow or gold and silver and not need anything else. Like you could just use 2 brushes, 2 colors of inks, whatever. I just thought a 3rd color looked better. So I added the champagne bottle and the green. But it could be pink, it could be whatever. Like you can change this layout to how you want it. You can move stuff around. But this is one like we'll all be able to replicate using those stencils. So my intention is to do these. Yeah, exactly. Like I wanted to do something that like obviously balloons you can use throughout the year. If your kids have parties, if your parents have parties, if your friends have parties, you know, whatever. You could use them if you're going to Disney, you know, put a Mickey Mouse ears in and make a Mickey Mouse balloon. You know, fonts are always, you know, oh, whoa, I just knocked down everything. Shoot, sorry. Fonts are always good to do. You can use that for whatever too. And then confetti again, you can use forever. And the deco, you can use, I tried to do, like, you could use all of these stencils for other celebrations. So, yeah, that's about it. That's all the new stuff. I appreciate you being cool with me being done because I am beat. Like, super beat. I think I'm just going to go and lay down and chill out for a little bit. It is already 10:10 too. I can't believe it's been that long. I had a lot of issues in the beginning though, so. All right. Anyway, check in tomorrow. I'm hoping it'll be around 11, but it might be a little later than that. It might be later in the day. All right. Good night. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here all the time and keeping me company.